Well, good morning. How is everybody? Well, good, good. First of all, I want to say thank you so much to Joni Nelson and all her crew and the Kentucky State University. How many has been to a third Thursday before? Oh, how many is this is your first time? You will want to keep coming back. I think on the copy of your agenda, you've got a schedule and everything that tells what's available. But take advantage of that. I love coming over here because it takes me maybe 5 minutes to get here. So this is pretty cool. But I'm Sharon Spencer. I'm with the Kentucky Department of Agriculture, and we do direct farm marketing. So we've got farmers markets and agritourism, CSAs, and also farm to fork that we do in our group. I've got Miss Kate Hamilton that's going to be joining us. Kate has been here almost a year with farmers doing the farmers markets, and so she's going to be talking a little bit about the farmers markets. I'm going to be talking about a couple other things that we've got with Kentucky Department of Agriculture. How many is a Kentucky Proud member? Good, okay. How many is not a Kentucky Proud member? You will be before you leave here, hopefully. Kentucky Proud is the marketing logo for agriculture here in the state of Kentucky. It's absolutely free to join, and anything that is grown, raised, manufactured, or processed here in Kentucky that has an agriculture value, you can be a Kentucky Proud member. Very simple to join. Again, it's free. You don't hear that a whole lot, so we're going to offer you that program and everything free for right now. But we have over 7,500 active members in that program, so you can use that Kentucky Proud. You'll see that logo up in the right-hand corner, and you can use that logo and everything on your products to market. So I think we've got a few folks here that are Appalachia. So do we have, okay, out of those 54 counties, I know we've got Greenup County. Do we have anybody else? And usually these are our Eastern Kentucky folks. What this is, Appalachia Proud, we were kind of traveling this state, and our Eastern Kentucky folks wanted to stand out a little bit different than just a normal Kentucky Proud member. Nothing wrong with that, but they wanted their products to kind of showcase what they do there in Eastern Kentucky. So that was kind of the birthplace of Appalachia Proud. That is the sticker and the logo that we have over there on the right-hand side. Kate and I do have a few shopping bags that if anybody's interested in purchasing today, we've also got a few stickers and some price cards too, and also some banners. So if you all are interested in any of those. We've got 2,700 members in that program, so out of that 7,500 members that we've got in Kentucky Proud, 2,700 of those are Appalachia Proud. This is another program that I'm very excited about and very proud of. Do we have any veterans in the room? Good, and I know we had a couple, David Neverill, and I know Joe Trigg, and everything was outside earlier. First of all, thank you all so much for your service. We greatly appreciate that. This is a program that most of the time you don't ever hear that Kentucky started something first. So we're very proud. This is a program that started here in Kentucky, and it's homegrown by heroes. So that is for our military. That is for, and we've got one that just walked in the door, Mr. David Neverill. But this is for our active military and also our veteran farmers, or our veterans that are farmers. And so they can use this logo up here on the left-hand side to distinguish themselves as a homegrown by hero instead of just a regular Kentucky Proud member. We've got 315 members in this program. If you know of anybody that would like to join, we ask them to submit their DD-214 or a letter from their commanding officer just showing that they are an active military. So funding opportunities, everybody wants money, right? So programs that we've got funding opportunities. We've got a program that's called Buy Local. So if you folks have been with Kentucky Proud for a little while, you might have heard it called Restaurant Rewards. Now we have changed it to Buy Local. Buy Local is where you can work directly with a caterer, a chef, anybody that sources food to use maybe in their restaurant. And like I said, catering business has always been huge. This program, if you are a Kentucky Proud member, we've got the program that's called Buy Local, and if the restaurant, the chef, is a member of the Buy Local program, they can sign up absolutely free. They can get a certain percent of their money back that is spent with you. So up to possibly 15% back. That's pretty good for them, right? And I get a lot of times people will go, What's in it for me? First of all, you've got a new customer that you're working with. So you've got a restaurant, you've got a caterer. Most of the time, your chefs or your restaurants are going to put where they get those products from. So your name's going to be on the menu. So that's pretty cool, right? And so customers are going to come in. We did actually have one restaurant that actually served cheesecake, and they had blueberries. And I know if you all have listened to me talk before, you've heard me tell this story. But the lady was having the blueberries and the cheesecake, and she said, these are the best blueberries I've ever had. They don't taste like anything in the store. They're so fresh. I absolutely love them. Where did you get them? So they linked the customer and the grower up together. So she's got a new customer, and she's got more promotion and everything going out for her. This is what I like about this program. This is money that's going to be coming back into Kentucky, showing a direct farm impact. So buy local, Kentucky Proud purchases. Now, this is where the restaurants and chefs are purchasing from our producers. $14.7 million. That's pretty cool, right? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that they're spending, and they're keeping that local. So total buy local direct farm impact purchase, $13.1 million. Again, that's money that's coming back into our farms that we're very proud of. Another program that we have is called the Farm to Fork. Has anybody been to a Farm to Fork dinner? I was going to say, Greenup County, you better raise your hands, because you have had. These programs are so cool. And the very first year we started doing this is a great opportunity for someone to be a host organization and to raise money for a charity. And so we asked for the charity to be a 501c3. And you just have to fill out the application. We do ask for at least 50 to be in attendance and to source local. We've got a $750 grant. On that grant, $500 of that goes towards purchasing products directly from your producers and sourcing that local products. It goes anywhere from flowers to maybe value-added products to meat to cheese to whatever maybe your folks have in your community that you can source from. Then we also have included in that $250 because we want you to market that. We also want you to either put the Kentucky Proud, the Appalachia Proud logo on your marketing. Greenup County, I'm going to brag on you a little bit. I always kind of throw you all out. The first year that Greenup County, how many knows where Greenup County is? It's up around kind of close to Ashland, up in that area. Very kind of small community, or I kind of thought small community. The very first one that they had, a Farm to Fork, they had over 400 in attendance. I think everybody was so surprised. It just blew everybody's mind. The second year, what happened? COVID struck. So they decided they didn't want to lose all that interest, so then what they did was create Kentucky Proud baskets full of Kentucky Proud products, local products, sold completely out. The third year, they had it again, and they thought, well, it's probably not going to be as big as the first year. Over 800 people, which is absolutely amazing. The best thing that this has done, and Fran was my date, I think, for that one or whatever that year, but the best thing that this has done is bring the agriculture community and the business community together. So what does that mean? Well, when you need support for your farm, when you need support to build that farmer's market, you want to go to those businesses, and you want to get those sponsorships, and you want to get that support of your community. That builds such a great partnership. Last year, I think it was maybe under 800 people, but the weather didn't cooperate. It was rainy, nasty. People still came out for it. So we figured probably around 650, 700 people, if not a little bit more. But the one year that they had this, they raised money again. When I said you have to have a charity, they raised money for the 4-H, the FFA, and the McConnell House, which is like a tourism. $41,000 is what was donated to those three charities. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So anytime you want to do a fundraiser, the Farm to Fork grant is a great way, but it gets people on your farm. I know the first one that I went to, it was so cool. It was in a tobacco barn, and I asked my husband if he wanted to go with me. I said, you can be my date, and you can go with me. And he said, well, what is it? And I said, well, it's where we go. And I said, we eat in a tobacco barn. And he goes, really? He said, we strip tobacco. I'm like 9 years clean of raising tobacco. And I said, yeah, so we can go eat in the tobacco barn. He said, you didn't think it was so cool when we were stripping tobacco and you had to eat lunch in the tobacco barn. And I said, no, it wasn't cool at that time, but it's pretty cool now. But great way to bring those two communities together. So anybody that is a Kentucky Proud member, have you all heard of the Kentucky Proud Promotional Grant? you see if you, okay, how many has applied for the Kentucky Proud Promotional Grant? Good job. I see a few hands, not many. Kentucky Proud, so you're a member of Kentucky Proud. One of the benefits that you get is a Kentucky Proud Promotional Grant. That gives you an opportunity to apply, and here is some things that you can use it for. So website development, that can help you with marketing and advertising. So if you wanted to do signage for your farm, if you sell at a farmer's market, or if you do an agritourism activities, and you want to have all of your farm members and all of your workers have the same shirts, you can do that under the Kentucky Proud program. Now, you cannot take the shirts, the bags, whatever you do, and then resell them, but you can give those to your customers. We've got a lot of farmers market that uses these for advertising every year for the markets, radio ads, newspaper ads. The thing is, make for sure that you do have approval from our office first. Send the paperwork in, get approval from our office first. It goes before a Kentucky Proud committee. Kate is on that committee, and they meet once a month, and they go over all of the applications that comes in. But you want to make sure you document everything that you can, but don't spend anything until we actually say you're approved, here's your contract, then go out and spend it. But it's a great way for you to market even on farm. How many sales directly from your farm? So, and you've used Kentucky Proud Promotion Grant too, I think, Jessica. So a lot of times, like I said, your signage, your marketing, it never hurts to go out and to market yourself. Here is a few things. If you do meat sales, oh, I've changed the picture. Has to be, oh, yep. And I need to mention that too. Kate's keeping me on track or whatever. But here are some different things. There is the shirts, the hats. Oh, my clicker is getting clicky happy. Also, if you do meat sales, any kind of sales whatsoever, and you're doing deliveries, this is a great way. You can do a vehicle wrap. We're not going to pay for your vehicle, but we may possibly pay for your vehicle wrap, providing that it's got the Kentucky Proud logo, Appalachia Proud, our Homegrown by Heroes logo. So, and as Kate was saying, you've got to be an active Kentucky Proud member, and that is one thing too that I wanted to mention. So the folks that were Kentucky Proud, have you all received your renewal notice? Did you go in and renew? If you think that you were Kentucky Proud, and Rosie's Ponies, get with me after this, because we've got one started for you, but it's not finished. But you can go into the Kentucky Proud system, which is kyproud.com, and click in Sign In if you've already signed up. That way you can look at it and see if it's current. If it's not current, we are asking you this every year to renew. So you do have to go in, check your membership, and you have to actually click Renew, and you can get your new Kentucky Proud certificate. The reason why we're doing that is because we want to make for sure. We've got so many businesses that went out of business just due to retirement, death, all of that, and we still had them in our system. If you're doing something different, so if you're doing an agritourism activity, you didn't do it before, you could always go in and change that anytime. Kate's going to talk a little bit about the farmers markets and what we require from them. So the next, my favorite topic, but Miss Kate Hamilton is going to cover that.
Hello, again, as Sharon said, I'm Kate Hamilton. I'm relatively new to this department, so please forgive me if I stumble or Sharon has to come in and help me out a little bit. This will be one of my, well, what are we at, like 5 speakings on this. So again, farmers markets here, it's that time of the year. I'm sure, who are my farmers market vendors? Have you received my multiple emails that I've sent out in the past month? If you haven't, I need your updated email. You will all probably put me on a spam do not disturb for too long. We are in market renewal season right now. We are trying to get our Kentucky Proud website up to date so our consumers can have the information on where your market is going to be held, what days and times you're going to be holding those markets, and if you have any specialty markets, get that information into us so we can start marketing that for you. And if you would like us to attend that market, we will be glad to come out with some promotional materials, set up a booth, and help talk to your customers, help you all with anything that you may need on that end of your farmers market. So farmers markets here in the state. We will categorize those as markets who offer fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, eggs, flowers, baked goods, crafts, and we are starting to see a lot more woodwork come into our markets with door hangers, a lot of barrel artwork, which is a fad that's going on right now that has really taken off. We have grown our markets, I would say in the last 5 years, I would say almost doubled in size. We have had 20-ish new market applications come in for this year alone, which is absolutely amazing. Let's see, how does this thing work? This way? Yes. So if you all haven't noticed, Miss Sharon has put a lot of time and effort into updating your farmers market manual for the year. There are a few changes regarding sampling. What did I do? I'm just gonna set that down. I'm not gonna hold it. I'll talk with my hands. So we have a couple copies of that manual out back at our table, or if you can find it online as well and get that printed off. Sampling, sampling, sampling. Who offers samples at their farmers markets? Raw, cooked. That's what we like. Raw. Okay. Those of you who don't offer samplings, if you are, example, going to Costco or when Walmart used to offer samples out to the public, the best thing about samplings is it gives a customer something new to try. If they aren't familiar with your product, if they aren't familiar with the produce that you're offering, giving them a sample could completely change their mind on going to buy this product instead of your product. We have seen a huge difference. A coworker of mine does a cooking demonstration in Woodford County at the farmers markets. And we'll go to a couple of the stands, get some produce together, a package of meat, and cook the supplies or the ingredients together and show, a healthy dinner. We've done veggie pizzas for kids. We've had a kind of like a meat saute. The best thing was during this market, it was a kids' day. We sold out of the kids' pizza. It had zucchini, squash, a little homemade marinara sauce with some tomatoes. The kids absolutely loved it and had no idea that they were eating something healthy. They thought they were just getting a cool pizza. So, something like that is great. We want to market that out. With our sampling, we have a new sampling packet for you this year. Depending on if you're doing your raw or cooked processed samples, you'll have a different course that you will need to take to get your certificate. With those certificates, if you are a family market, each individual person who is offering or who will be passing out those samples will need to have their own certificate. Now, if you are offering samples and you require the training materials for your raw or uncooked, only one person is required in that family or in that market to have that training material or the training certificate, and then everyone else can work under that certificate name. But all individuals will need to have their own certificate to push out those samples. If any questions or if that doesn't make sense, I will be outside. You can call me, talk to me. We'll get you straightened out. Your sampling certificate will last 2 years. You can kind of run that with the farmer's manual because we update that manual every 2 years. So if you get your sampling certificate this year, you will know when we publish out a new market manual that, hey, maybe I should update my certificate. We will also send out email reminders as long as we have the correct email in our Kentucky Proud sampling certificate files. So as it states up here, all samples will require that sampling certificate. Those that have a cooked or processed sample do not require any further training. If you are going to pass out raw or uncooked products, you will have to have a training with either the PBPT course, or you can contact your local extension office or health department to do a food handlers class to get that certification. And then again, it's just got some website information on when those, or where you can get the sampling information there. There's our social media contacts. You can reach out, follow us. We do a lot of promotional activity on our Facebook, Instagram, I guess the Twitter as well. I'm not really on that. I don't know what that one has. We do have a strong media following. I know it's kind of off topic, but we just had our CSA week and brought in over 2,500 new followers, I think, with our CSA week, and brought in a handful more of CSA farmer participants. If that's something that you might want to get into with that CSA program, again, give us a call. We'll be outside. Contact us. We can give you all the information to get you set up into that CSA program as well. And that's it.